All right, what's poppin', Tub Nation? Welcome back to Tub Takes. This is a video podcast where we go over what's making waves in the VGC scene. Today, I am joined by my co-host Audie up top. How you doing?
Hello, everyone. Happy 4th of July this week. If you're watching on YouTube, we're gonna be this is our official 4th of July episode, and we are. If you're watching today, on YouTube, watch the Team USA versus Bosnia. It's a big game today. Who's excited? Who's excited? World Cup fans? Anyone?
I'm excited for Team USA. Team USA, let's
Hell
go.
Yeah. There we go.
Which Pokemon are playing?
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. You know, I haven't actually tuned into any of it, but my city's hosted some of them, and so that's always been crazy. When the games are in Seattle. Anyways, we just had the St. Jude charity tournament happen over the past weekend, and Joe, you managed to take the whole thing first place after I don't know how many rounds, maybe like 14 or something like that. It was like a 700-person, 800-person tournament.
It was a lot of rounds.
Yeah. So how you feeling?
Dude, it actually felt pretty good, but to be honest, like when I went in the tournament, I absolutely was not expecting to win. Like, obviously, I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna play anyway. So, like, the story was, so I was at my cousin's wedding, but like it wasn't like a wedding where there's something going on the whole day, right? It's kind of like, oh, you take some pictures and then you're just kind of chilling at like, you know, the hotel or whatever, waiting for like the actual ceremony. So the tournament's in the morning, and I was just like, I was just like drinking like Friday night with my cousin. We were just chilling, like we weren't really doing anything. I was like, if I wake up, maybe I'll play. And then I wake up, there's like 30 minutes before the tournament starts or whatever. I'm like, I was like, maybe I'll just like, you know, I'll just go for it anyways. You know what I mean? So I basically just take the most standard team. I'm like, but I really just want to play Sun because like I just like Sun. You know, I was like, I can't think of anything else right now. I was kind of in a slump. Like I low-key did kind of bad in like the last like two tournaments for my standards. So I was like, you know what? We'll just go back to our roots. And then, yeah, it just worked out, I guess. So it was a perfect storm of like every random thing happening. Shout out to Mobile Champions, by the way. That was cool. The fact I was able to play on my phone the whole time. So
I know I actually have questions about that when we get to breaking it down about how you made that work and stuff like that, because it's just kind of funny for tournaments at least. Anyways, Rishi, you're also coming off of a top 8 in this tournament, I believe, with Parrish, right?
Yes. We had that Parrish Snorlax.
Parrish Snorlax, yeah. So, well, I guess how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Like I also had a weird experience with that tournament. I went into it ready to play, and I'm like, okay, I'm not feeling too good. I don't really have a team that I am comfortable with. I've played the Parish coin in the past a lot, but I couldn't really figure out the 6th slot. Threw on Snorlax. Round 1, realized I had a team sheet error, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I have to go with Sludge Bomb. I had ended up having to have Sludge Bomb on Gengar, said disable, lost round 2, and was like, dude, I want to drop. And then it worked out though, so.
Powered through. Let's go. I mean, it is awesome that you did stick it out to, obviously get that solid finish. And at the end of the day, this is like a charity tournament just for fun. So it's cool that a lot of people were streaming this one, and they I feel like they crushed their donation goal as well, as far as I was hearing. So super
15K.
awesome. 15K
yeah,
at the end of the day.
It was a crazy
goal was like just 10. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Really cool that so many people were just playing Pokemon for a good cause. Because at the end of the day, but we play a lot for different reasons, but Glory is one of the biggest ones, and so just playing, just for the sake of playing Pokemon is honestly what better reason do you need than that? So on top of that, for a good cause. Anyways, let's go ahead and launch into the topics for this week, and then we'll be breaking down this tournament very shortly. But if you're here now and you don't know if you'll be around for the whole thing, or if you'd much rather listen to us talk at 2x speed over on YouTube, this is going to be uploaded on Audie's YouTube channel tomorrow, CK49 over on YouTube, ! YT in the chat. That's where you can find us on YouTube. And then if you have any questions for us or the guests, please leave them in the Twitch chat. We'll be reading that as we go along. With that said, the first thing I wanted to mention, because you mentioning July 4th reminded me that there's actually a tournament this weekend, and it's not just a average Victory Road tournament. It's another one of these, partnered with the big Spanish streamers one. The Champions Arena is what it is. I mean, I don't actually know what makes these ones different, I'll be completely honest. If anybody knows, please let me know.
The special part is it doesn't give you an invite to their invitational later in the season, right? Is that what it is?
Worthless.
No, I think it does. I think
It does, it
You
does.
actually
It
get
looks like
more
it does.
invites.
Oh.
You get more invites. There's
Oh,
actually
it's the
top 4
opposite.
gets invites, like an international. It's like an international or whatever, or something like that. You know.
Well, actually,
Wow.
this is maybe even
The
possible. You
VR
said top 4, Joe?
international.
It could be top 8 because it says that it has to clear 1024, and I thought that
Oh, that's pretty good.
they had like pretty insane numbers in that first victory road that was a Champions Arena. I believe it was,
It was
the
over that.
weekend
Yeah, it was over that.
after
Yeah, it
Straw
was.
Tour.
Yeah.
So, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I do think that tournament got crazy turnout, and that this one, is now happening after the mobile release. I'm hoping that the numbers for this one are pretty crazy. I don't know if it being on a U.S. holiday is going to be a big factor or not to the attendance. I was actually looking at playing at it myself because it's like, at the end of the day, for me at least, on the West Coast, you guys are all East Coast, but it starts at like 7 a.m. for me. Like it'll be done
Yep.
before I'm doing anything, like it's not remotely dark.
Yeah, I love VR, but man, dude, like I hate when they start their tournaments, man. It's so sad
Well,
every single
yeah.
time. Like, I mean, I'm on the East Coast, so I shouldn't complain as much, but like still, like sometimes I'm just like I just get up, I'm like, damn man, I'm really getting up at like 9 a.m. on a Saturday. Are we serious? Like, come on, like just let me sleep a little bit more, or like something
know.
else. Or the crazy ones are when they do the ones that are at 3 a.m. for the Japanese and European players, but it's just like, yeah, like I'm just not playing that, bro. Like I'm just going to bed.
Nope,
like
not
like there's
possible.
no way I'm playing this.
I know. I do like to tease Victory Road a little bit because of their their base is largely in Europe, so of course they're going to cater to their staff. That's the truth of the matter. But
Yeah.
being on the receiving end of it doesn't feel great, especially Joe. You have it a little better 3 hours away from me. I'm over here on the West Coast. When you're waking up at 9, I'm waking up at 6.
No, like
Audie?
it makes sense, right? Like you can't ever make everyone happy.
No,
and
for
so they
sure.
host tournaments for Europe and NA, like this one, which is 10 a.m. Not unreasonable. I'm sorry if you have to wake up at 7 a.m. That's really not that bad, all things considered. Like I don't know, that's like a normal work day for me.
He said,
Damn.
But and then like you said, the
Marty.
3 a.m. ones are just miserable and impossible to play in. But they're for Europe and Japan. I wish we had an organizer who's willing to host tournaments that were like US plus Japan or US plus Asia time zones, because those would also go really hard. And I know Europe would not be able to play in them, and Europe is the people who generally played like the most in grassroots tournaments. But it's just kind of a shame we don't have any tournaments in that start at maybe like 3 or 4 p.m. Eastern time that are also playable for Australian and Japanese players, where you know the Europeans don't have to play in those ones,
Yeah. I mean, it's okay, bro. You could just say you don't like the European players. You don't want them to play with us. It's all good, bro. no playing around.
So true.
But wait,
especially
we have-
the Bosnians. Don't want to play with the
challenges, right?
Bosnians for sure.
Yeah, true.
Yo, what you got against the Bosnians?
Just
It's
this
probably
week.
World
Just
Cup.
this week.
World Cup, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah,
World
World
Cup.
Audie's not just being like randomly racist. Like, don't worry. Like,
I was so confused. I was like, is that his tub take?
yeah. No, it's just World Cup stuff. I'm only assuming as well because I don't follow either. But I'll save Audie's face here a little bit. Anyways, yeah. So this one going to be a massive tournament. I have to imagine, and so that's always exciting. Definitely wanted to. I mean, they don't really need our plug. It's going to be big regardless. But just like this is the tournament to watch out for. So make sure you're watching people streaming it, looking at the results of it, and also playing it if you have the chance. With that said, though, the next thing here is because I think at the end of the day, this is just a tournament, right? There's nothing else like special about it besides giving out more of the invites that we were talking about.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of viewership for sure because
Yes.
all the Spanish guys that stream it, it's like insane. Like I think the last one hit like around like 25K total viewers on the Spanish streams, which was like
Holy.
insane. It was something. It was
so
something
cool.
crazy. It was like an insane number. Now I don't like obviously it was at the beginning of Champions, so it might be a bit different, but still, even then, I still think it's gonna be a lot of viewership. So.
Oh, there's a
I mean,
Terror
that's
Run
like-
tournament this weekend as well. Sorry, Rishi, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's like bigger than our regionals would get before Champions.
Yeah, that's
right?
is crazy, right?
Yeah.
So insane.
Well, yeah, I mean they're just big. They're like big streamers. I mean, even Gomez, the size of his channel is huge now. So I mean, it's partially just the Spanish like community for Pokemon stuff is huge. So
That's so sick.
Yeah, I mean they're beyond VGC at this point. I know that they do a lot of like just like Nuzlocks and other types of Pokemon content that people tune in for. So it just makes sense that everybody just remotely Pokemon adjacent tunes into these because they are the home for Pokemon content over there. Which is awesome that they're sponsoring this VGC tournament or helping make it a bit bigger. Somebody asked who of us is playing it in it. Anybody got plans on playing in this one?
Oh, I'm
Uh,
probably playing in it.
I'll probably
Yeah,
play on my
okay.
phone.
Yeah,
I'll probably play
right.
on my phone again. Yeah, why not? Like it doesn't hurt. So
Yeah, I'm thinking
Solid baby. We'll
I
see.
want the practice. So if I don't go to bed like, beyond midnight and feel miserable in the morning, then maybe I can make it work.
yeah. Oh, that's an interesting question. Who's playing in the Tarot Challenge? Because that's also happening that weekend too, right? Is it? I
Yeah,
think
I
or
didn't
something.
I didn't know about this, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's also another
Those are
fun
fun
one.
to play
Maybe
in, but those are
uh,
fun to play in, but like that's actually harsh for like US based players. That's like really for you it might be better actually because you're West Coast, but for East Coast dude, that's a nightmare tournament to play in. Like I
Starts at like
remember
10,
one
right?
time, yeah. So it starts at 10, but I remember I made it to top cut, and like they had a 2 hour break before cut, so it's 4 a.m. So I'm like, damn it, dude. So I literally just one of my friends is like, yeah, I'm gonna be up in Discord. So I just put the thing on speaker and I'm like, yo, man, listen, when it hits like 5:55, I just need you to yell. I don't care like how loud you have to yell, like whatever. Just yell in my ear. And I just put the phone next to me. And I just fall asleep. And that was the one I ended up winning right before Worlds in I think 24. But like yeah, no, it was really funny. Like it's just such like terrible time, but like it's so fun to play in against the Japanese players. So
You can use an alarm clock, right? Like you have one on your phone.
I don't trust
no.
You
myself. I don't
don't you
trust
don't need
myself.
your
I
friends
don't
to
trust
yell at you
myself.
in Discord.
It
Also, they were
sounds like
awake
there's
anyway, so it wasn't a problem. They were awake either way, so it's fine.
it's the only way, Adi. It's the only way.
Yep,
Okay.
the only way.
It's
Yeah, there's no better method. Alarm
it's the
clocks don't
tournament
exist.
winning mindset. You have to understand, Adi. This is how we win. Um, I think I've only played in one of these Japanese tournaments before, and I think you are right, Joe, because you said like roughly like 10 for you. Like I feel like it was like starting at like a reasonable evening hour for me or something like that. So
Yeah.
you just like end up staying up a little bit late, at the end of the day. But yeah, okay, Adi ended up finding it. I don't know if it'll mention
Yeah.
anything
It
about
looks
time
like
zones.
it starts at 9 p.m. Eastern time. I
Hey,
think
that's pretty good.
if I'm doing my
Pretty
math
good.
right, which is really not too bad. Which is 6 p.m. Pacific. So Alex, you really could play in that if you're playing on
Yeah,
Friday
right.
night.
Wait, this is Saturday? Wait. Oh,
Well,
is it? It's
Saturday
my
for them.
Friday
That's
night.
Saturday for them.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's your
Yeah.
Friday
Well,
night.
Saturday
Their
for them in
Saturday.
Japan time, but for you it'll be like
is it
like 6
2 day
p.m.
or is it 1 day?
It's all in one day. It's literally all in
All
one
in
day.
1 day. Oh, okay. That's actually
Yeah,
not.
they just literally rip through the entire tournament the whole day. It's kind of crazy.
Sounds like I'm doing
Oh,
both. Sounds like
actually,
I'm playing
yes,
Terra Run,
I think
going
they
to
do. I
bed,
think they do
wake
rip through the
up,
whole day. Yeah,
victory row.
yeah.
Oh man.
The boot camp.
Oh yeah. You could do both, man. That would be something.
I've done that before. It's bad for sleep, but it's really fun.
Yeah,
If you
right,
enjoy
right.
Pokemon, if you enjoy Pokemon, it's really fun. But
So something that I wanted to mention because I actually just happened to come across it on Twitter was somebody they this tweet here popped up on my feed and it just says that we got season updates around this time of year the past 2 seasons and we are July is going to be coming up is this a 31 month or is it 30 month? It's a 30 so tomorrow today on YouTube and yeah, we don't have any updates on how the next season is going to look so far, and it would be nice to get something. Honestly, my memory is not the best. Adi, do you know exactly what we were getting in these updates around these times last year?
Last year we got the promo video with the little light show that had lights for all the places
Oh,
the
yes!
regionals were going to be in. We had to decipher where the events were going to be at. We did guess.
It was huge
that's really
though.
funny, actually.
It was huge because it ended up being right. So that was nice. Did they like announce like the first couple as well officially, right? Or was that not part of it?
I don't remember. I don't remember at all.
I have no idea, bro. Yeah,
Somebody here in the
like,
chat is just saying we're gonna get more regionals. The question is how many more? Is like where is that coming from? Is this something? That's been
Bigger
confirmed, or is this
regionals,
just a rumor?
maybe. I think that's just a rumor.
Okay, sure.
I don't even think I actually kind of don't think we're going to get more regionals. I don't have any inside info here. This guy in chat says vibes.
Oh, vibes.
We
Hey,
we could
valid. You know.
I would rather have them host bigger regionals. I think what they're
Mhm.
doing is they're trying to make these events like really events for Pokemon fans, not just for like serious competitors. And so, but in order to do that, you have to have a lot more than just getting a bunch of people in the room to play the TCG or play the VGC, right? You need to have all these vendors. You have to have all these different like side events and stuff. And so, as you increase that, and as you increase the amount of stuff that you got to send around the country, it just becomes less and less feasible to have more events. And so I think they're going to keep it at like about one per month, which is what they've had pretty consistently. I really don't mind that. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to have more events, but I really hope they have bigger events and they increase capacity significantly. That's the real big hope for me.
Honestly, very good point about the like the staffing and equipment being the larger limiting factor there. It's just like getting their stuff all around. Like, that was that was honestly a big issue back when we were just talking about this the other week, the Open, like they just couldn't get their like docks and stuff from wherever it was to Japan, I think, in time or something like that. It just like wasn't going to be feasible.
Yeah, I mean that was just an unfortunate situation, though, right? Like, I mean,
right.
because I think like shipping that is like internationally is probably really difficult. But now, hey, they could just host it on phones instead, and we could do
True.
that instead. That'd be awesome, right? Use your
Joe, we were actually
hotspot.
talking about this last week. I don't know if you saw it or not, but it looks like phones won't be legal by any means under like at Worlds. Not even just like for the main event, which is like not that surprising, but side events too. They're not even letting you use phones. So
That's pretty funny, actually.
so they're making us wait. So I think phones have to be legal eventually. Like that just like is without a doubt. Otherwise, what's the point? I know that like it's cool, but I don't think that their angle has always been like, let's release it on the phones to motivate everybody to buy a Switch 2 to play VGC. Like that's just I don't think that's a path to victory for getting people into Pokemon Champions. But
I mean,
so hopefully we
would
can play on these
understand why
phones
they wouldn't
eventually.
risk it for Worlds. Like, I don't think they should risk
Yes.
it for Worlds. Every single person who's qualified for Worlds has a Switch 2. There's no way you're qualified for Worlds and you do not have a Switch or a Switch 1 or whatever. You have a Switch. Like, there's no way you don't have a Switch, or else
I
something
sold
went
mine
really
after
wrong.
NAIC. I sold it. I thought oh no.
Wait, what if they? Oh wait, no. Even NAIC didn't have it on phone, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna be allowed. Audie, go ahead.
No, just looping back to the events dates, which I'm sadly we still don't have, right?
Right.
So obviously you guys saw I wasn't at NAIC this year. That was because I was at a wedding and two Pokemon players, Chase and Kira. I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I remember they were like, we have to lock in the wedding date around right about now. And they said like literally a week after they signed the contract for their venue and all that stuff. They announced when NAIC would be, and it's just like one of those things where it feels, yeah, it sucks that they don't announce this stuff ahead of time when they know this ahead of time, and we need to plan our lives. I have been scheduling things for the fall. I've been scheduling trips that I got to go on in the fall, and so it'd really suck if something like Baltimore Regionals, right near where I live in Washington D.C., happened on a weekend that I've already committed to traveling, right? Which usually is one of the first events of the year, usually in August or September. They know this stuff. I wish they would treat us like adults that have lives and have plans our lives don't. I mean, I'm not gonna pretend like my life doesn't revolve around Pokemon a little bit, but like, come on,
Right.
give me a little bit of leeway, give me a little bit of stuff to give me the opportunity to do other stuff and make plans, right? Like, I just wish that they would announce this stuff ahead of time, way more ahead of time, so that we can really like plan our lives and try not only go to as many events as possible, but also do all the other stuff that we want to do. And so I hope that I see Rahul in that Twitter saying that we might hear something early next week. I really hope so. It'd be great to talk about it next week on Top Takes. But yeah, the earlier the better. And I wish that they would really just let us know as soon as possible, because it really does disrupt a lot of people's schedule when they don't.
It's so bad, man. It's so bad. Please just tell us this stuff in advance. when they know, like, once they're committed to these locations, like, they could probably just be telling us, man, it's all right.
Don't
Anyway.
don't give us a cryptic like advert that has a bunch of like lights coming out of locations that may or may not be right, where we have to guess what the city is. And we don't have any information about the date. Come on, at that point, you know where it's gonna be. Just tell us. What are you doing?
Dude, give us a
Okay,
puzzle.
the
Make
guessing
us
is
solve
kind
a
of fun
puzzle.
though. The guessing is kind of fun for what it's worth.
That was kind of fun, though.
Like-
It was kind of fun. Somebody asked, do you think they'll stick with top 80 or so trainers qualifying instead of a points bar? I think so. I think, honestly,
I think so.
we might have said this take before on the show, but it feels like it's because of what happened in Japan when they ran out of supplies for the Worlds kits, that they were like, we need this to be a set number or like within a reasonable range so that this never happens again. I think they just want the stuff. And they also, if they have way too much of this stuff, like, I mean, what are they doing with it? They just kind of have to destroy it and get rid of it, I feel like. So, yeah, I feel like they want the number of Worlds competitors to be a predictable number, so they know how much stuff to create for the World Championships for those kits that you get.
Do you think they'll bring down the number again? How many people are gonna
Bring
qualify?
it down again? Didn't we go up? I thought I can't remember.
Yeah,
We went up.
we
We
went
went from
up.
75 to 80.
See, I thought it would be kind of like cool if like Worlds was like a nice 50. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm in the 50
okay.
bet. You know, I'm in the 50 bet. You know, and then if you're 51, then well, that sucks. But just a whiff, I guess.
I mean, that doesn't change no matter how many numbers there are for sure. But
yeah, it's true. Yeah, whatever you are at, like the number where you just missed, you're like, dang it, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
I think they would only go up. I feel like, but I if they go down, it would probably be something very small, like 5 or 10 at most.
yeah. They're not going down. They're definitely not going to go down. Yeah.
No. I don't mind it where it's at now. I mean, I don't love this system because of like how it motivates people to play, and also like it does get a little bit weird when you have to like root against people. I don't know. It's not happened too often in this structure now. And sometimes there's rooting for people, as Audie was pointing out for like nationals. You're like, if this guy makes it to top 4, we get one more auto invite. This would be huge for me. So I guess there's a bit of both on that, but I'm kind of indifferent. It's a very boring, cold take, but I would play either the bar or
I
top
think listen, like if okay, like I think that if you're playing the World Championships, right, and you want a serious chance to win Worlds, you have to be able to qualify with like a reason. I'm not saying like obviously some people can travel more than others, and there's like obviously a distinct advantage if you have more events to travel. But if you're good at the game, you can qualify in the system for sure, right? If you go to like 4 or 5 tournaments, or even honestly even 4 or 3, and you play locals, right? 4 or 3, you play locals. If you're really like solid at the game and you really lock in and you focus, I think it is very doable. Like I don't know, like I mean, you see some of the like how many events total did like, for example, I know obviously this is like the most common person to bring up, but like Wolf, right? How many events did he play total, like the entire season? Like
yeah,
it has
actually
like
know.
he took huge breaks. He took huge breaks
Although
in between.
I like to tease about
I
this a
still think he
little bit,
played the
Joe.
5 though, right?
Because
I believe he
Joe,
got his
Joe,
qualifiers,
I think Wolf did get a little bit concerned about his Worlds invite at one point when he went to that local. I was like, I thought that was pretty funny. Like,
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so.
like I'm very much of the opinion that Wolf is the best player in the game by far. However, I did think it was a little funny when Wolf showed up to the local basketball court and was like, I have to play for 30 points right now or whatever it is at 50 points in a midseason. Because he's like, I don't know if I'm making it to Worlds. And then he just goes and like gets no, then he's second. Then he got second at you're right, he did get a auto invite as well, but he just went and got second at the regional following it. So like easily, no longer has to worry about a Worlds invite. But I think Wolf doesn't go to a local if he's not a little bit concerned. I think that was kind of amusing.
Yeah. I don't know, like it was weird, like oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I wish we had more auto quals. I feel like the system is like really awesome, but the one thing that I don't like is that you could do really well at a tourney early on in the season, and you still have no idea if you like where you are in the Worlds race until like later in the season.
Sure.
Like, I feel like they could find a middle ground between what they have now and like still keep it like a small Worlds.
I mean, something that would help as well is if the if we don't get drastic changes to point structures going forward, like, you know, because now, like, if nothing changes and we're doing another season, like, I don't know, Adi, you're usually the number guy for this stuff, but if we ran the exact season back for 2027, do you think that the bar would be within like 50 points of what it was? You know, like, I feel like is 50 too big of a range? I don't even know. You know, like, or is it with the knowledge of what it was last year? Would that actually change it that much? You know, um,
I don't think it would change it that much. I think people
right?
like if you were paying attention, the people who were kind of estimating where the bar would be, especially from like the middle point of the season, were saying it was going to be around around 850.
Yeah,
And it ended up around 850. Like we were actually very active with Yotam and Austin were doing this projection, so they were very accurate. So I think that there were some things. I think Max mentioned in the chat there were much fewer GCs than we expected. I think people, including myself, did not try as hard in some of the GCs, maybe gave up a little early, thinking that we would have more opportunities to get better results later in the
right.
season, and then we didn't. So that was one aspect that maybe diminished the total number of points that you needed a little bit. But otherwise, and then I also think the Champions release and people waiting for it, saying, I'm not going to play until Champions comes out, and then that coming out a little later in the season also maybe meant that the numbers get skewed a little bit, right?
Right.
I
But
forgot about this.
I don't know.
That said that. That's
Yeah,
really funny.
yeah,
Actually,
It was a weird season. It was a weird season. You know, like one of the weirdest,
It was-
honestly.
it was a weird season, right? So, but I think that, I think that if they kept the numbers the same, I think that, honestly, the thing that might actually cause the bar to change the most is if we have a big spike in number of players. I don't know whether that increases or decreases the bar. I kind of think it actually decreases the bar. On one hand, it means that they're just because on one hand it means there's more players, but on the other hand, like it means that now the number of points gets spread out more. Yeah. So unless the top few players are really like, unless the players in the 50 to 80 range are really like consistently doing really well, which they normally don't, right? If you're in the 50 to 80 range, you're actually not doing consistently well. You maybe have one or two good performances and you have a bunch of like kind of mediocre performances. So I don't know how that's going to change things.
Okay, Adi,
but
I see you.
Would-
I see you.
would
That's me.
Yeah.
It's me.
Wouldn't it need to be that the 50 to 80 range needs to be significantly better than like 81st to 100?
Right. Yeah, and I don't think they
Mhm.
are.
And yeah, I don't think they are. I think Adi's 100% right there. There would just be this
Oh my
huge,
goodness.
like there would be this very large pool. 50th is Justin. Sorry, 51 to 81. Actually, wait, you said Justin, by the way, like that actually means anything because I don't know.
Yeah,
Is that
there's
like
Chris? Is
three
that
different
Pez? Is that
Justins.
Nox? Is that Burns?
Yeah,
Is
what's
that
Justin?
there's too many? Anyways, no, I'm glad that we got on this topic because it's basically brushing up on what was a large topic in the community over the past week, talking about like is Pokemon like pay to win and stuff like that, like with how many tournaments you have to go to and stuff like that. And I mean there is like a little bit of like that. Honestly, like I don't know, Joe, you've been playing since at least 18,
Whatever.
if not earlier, right?
19 is when
19.
I started. Like actually,
Okay.
well, I went to some regionals in 17, 18, but I never played seriously, right?
Because like back then we used the term like wallet warrior
Wallet
a bit more
warrior. Yeah,
harshly, you
wallet
know, like
warrior,
we kind of like I don't know, people would like talk shit or badmouth whatever players who just went to every event and qualified with their wallet. And
Yeah.
it's definitely a little bit harder to do that now because these events are all so big and stuff like that. There are still some you can
Not all of
go
them.
to. Not all of them. Audi finds them. So there is like a little bit of that. But honestly, I think one of the best takes I saw on this was that it would be nice if they just cut the BFL down to like 4, like just like cutting one off of it so that people have to spend like one less weekend traveling, one less not just for the money it's spent on traveling as well, but like PTO and stuff like that. Like just the time is also a bit demanding to qualify for the World Championship. So even though I love going to as many tournaments as I can possibly fit in a
Make
schedule.
ICs max 2.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say because if you cut down the BFL, you make ICs way stronger, so you'd
You
have to then
do.
limit the
That part's
ICs,
awful.
right? Because then like you would always lose. Like let's say you had like 3 really good regional performances, right? Or like really good.
I
As
see
in
what you're
in the
saying.
50, 80 range, right? And then someone just went to a ton of ICs in like day 2, right? Like you're probably screwed because of that. You know what I mean?
The ICs are
Uh,
so much more powerful. That's why I think my
yeah.
tub take is that we need to go back to nationals. Just get rid of these internationals. You know, like I'm just. It'd be so much better if you just were region locked to only play in your. No, I'm kidding. I'm
But
kidding. Like it's fun.
No, 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 no. That's really my take, sort of. My take. So I was making the joke earlier. Like there are smaller events. I was really surprised that more Americans don't go to Latin America when it is so close by. And they have regionals. You still get prize money. The tournaments are smaller, and therefore it is easier to get higher placements. Even though fewer players get points, of course. Same amount of prize money, right?
So
I
careful
went
with
9.
his wording. So careful with his wording, dude. This guy's an expert.
There are lots of good players in Latin America. There are fewer good players that show up to Latin American events because there are fewer players at those events total. That's really how I feel. Like Max Morales, who's in chat, kicked my ass at Marina. He's really, really good. Like like Paul Ruiz showed up to these events. You know, like there's a lot of really good players there. But when you have a 250 person tournament, there's fewer good players than a 1,000 player tournament, right? That's just how it is. And so yeah, I went 9-3. I went 9-3 at Get Out There Regionals. Raj is gonna give me shit for talking about it again. And I saw people going 9-3 at American Regionals and getting top 64. I got top 8. I got $1,000. Like what? So I think that like what the solution to this that we really should be looking at is you should get points in your region. And if you go to an outside of region event, you can still get prize money. You can still play for the love of the game. You can still earn an invite in a region that is not your own region if you get enough points in that region, but only the points that you earn in your region count towards an invite in that region. And that way you totally cut off people traveling to other regions to play in smaller events to earn an invite and play against basically like a non-level playing field, which is what I did this year and got away with it. And I'm saying this shouldn't happen, but I will keep doing it if they keep letting me because it's just kind of a no-brainer.
I mean, look, I know obviously we're joking around about the thing. Like, it is objectively easier to have a higher placement in a lot of these events because the player pool is lower. That's not like a statement that's like dissing on the players. It's just how it is. When it's a smaller tournament, like, you know what I mean? Yes. Like, it's just how it is. When it's a smaller tournament, it is easier. It's harder to bubble out of stuff if you have a certain record. Like, obviously, the requirement of how many rounds you have to play is easier. Like, it is just straight up like easier, right? So, like, I think that the main thing is like, well, here's the thing, right? Like, I think the reason why a lot of like people don't travel down there is because like it is still a bit it depends where it is, obviously, in South America, but it's still a bit of like a travel commitment. Like, obviously Mexico is like the one that has the most US players going, but if you're going down to like Argentina or you're going down to like Brazil, like that's actually a pretty far trip a lot of the time, right? Like, so a lot of people don't want to like do that, you know, unless you're like living like southern US or like, you know what I mean, you're in like the West Coast maybe, and it's like somewhere on like, you know, the west coast of like South America. But like, yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's a long trip, man. Like for me, I think about it, and the only reason why I consider going is because like I think it's fun to like interact with the Spanish community, and like it's, or like obviously, you know, South American community. But like, yeah, like I don't know, like I just feel like I couldn't really justify like a 9-10 hour trip to like Argentina, because like, yes, is it easier 100%, but like it's Pokemon, so like you could just like, something bad could happen, bro, and you could just whiff and you just like wasted like 10 hours like back there and forth, like going to Argentina and then like not making any money. You know what I mean? Like, that just doesn't sound fun. You know, so
Joe, this sounds like you're speaking like somebody who has looked into the options, though. You know, you've definitely done the research. Maybe you haven't done it, but you've definitely looked at it. And honestly, who hasn't been like, I sometimes it is kind of funny when like, you know, like I've had friends joking about going to Turin, like US players, and I'm just like, how much is it to go to Turin? Like, you know, like, is that reasonable? And no, the answer isn't really yes, but just kind of funny.
I mean, that one is like, well, then you're playing in a special event where there's no prize money, and you're playing a harder event than North American events. Like, that doesn't seem worth it to me. I don't know.
No.
I'll take a trip to South Africa. You know,
listen. I'll tell you the truth. Okay, I actually, like, this might be a controversial take. Okay, I actually think if you are an hyper offense player or you're using some type of offensive team, Europe is like the easiest place you can play in day one. For sure. It's like most of the players you play versus, their brains just break when you use something offensive because it's all like defensive teams. However, it gets harder in day 2 because then all the players are really good, right? Like you've kind of passed the baseline, and then it's like, I mean, it's still good. Like honestly, I have a pretty decent success rate in Europe just because like people like build as if like the offensive like BS teams aren't going to come to the tournament, and then like obviously if you're the one guy who shows up like from like the US with it, I think you actually have like a substantial advantage. Like let's say the St. Jude's meta, let's say this was like a random like part of the season next season, right? Like I would 100% show up to Europe with Venusard because I know for a fact that people aren't gonna assume that it's gonna be in Europe. You know what I mean? But if I were playing in NA, like that's just an average day. That's like an average like round 1 or round 2 pairing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something crazy.
So. I mean, I'm always here for bagging on Europe a little bit and their boring play style. Anyways.
Fake out, protect.
I love you though.
Do we have any other comments about the lack of season news? I guess I don't really know if there's anything else here, so I'm gonna keep us moving along.
I'll be honest, like I'll be honest with like this kind of stuff. I just feel like it's kind of hard too because it's like, I mean, like the way Pokemon works is obviously they have a lot of stuff happening on the back end that like they just can't tell us. You know what I mean? So like there's probably something else that just like is going on, or they're trying to get it all together, like whatever. I'm not obviously justifying. I know obviously people want to play and stuff or whatever, but I don't know. I've never really been the type of like I just like basically whenever I get the news, I just get the news. I'm like, okay, cool. Or like I just don't even look half the time. I'm just like, yeah, I'll just go for regionals here and I hear about it. You know what I mean? Like, and I have the time, So
yeah.
That's just kind of how I am about it. You know what I mean?
The sooner would be the better. But ultimately, our complaining about it online not going to do anything really. It's just it's out of our hands. We'll see when we get the news ultimately. But
I'll let you know every time I complain about something online, they immediately solve the problem. Like pretty much the next day, we always get the news. So you can. If we get regional locations tomorrow, you're welcome.
Yeah, you need to start complaining more online. Then it sounds like
we need to do it more and better and more often.
Come on.
All right, let's go ahead and talk about the tournament here. So, Joe, you ended up finishing first with a record of 14-2 with this Charizard offensive Sun team, and it's not exactly like I think you said you put together like the most standard, the most boring team, but I don't really think it's like a set of 6 that has like done anything before necessarily. I mean, unless I'm mistaken.
Probably not. Yeah, I mean, well, basically, like, okay, so like I kind of had like an idea of this like laying around, but I just never really like, you know what I mean, bothered using it for anything. And then I was just like, well, I was like, I don't really know what to do with like the last slide. I was like, Sylveon seems kind of good. I just like threw it on there. You know what I mean? And well, it was partially the reason why I threw on Sylveon was because it actually is a little bit good for like the kind of rain screens type stuff. Cause obviously you can like hyper voice into the Sableye Grimmsnarls or whatever they use. And then you get like coverage for dragon types. It actually came up big in this tournament. I was actually very impressed by Sylveon the whole time. But yeah, I mean, I guess like the cool part about it was, obviously Venusaur and Charizard are like really good in the format. As long as you connect your sleep powders, obviously. And then also too, I just think like all the pieces were just solid. Like I know obviously it's probably not the most like standard collection of pieces in terms of like what we've seen before, but like I think for me like on a level of like what I normally play, like this is fairly standard looking. But I was so sick of just like losing in like these tournaments to like players that I'm like, if I had a better team I shouldn't be losing. I was like, I really need to like lock in and actually like lock something decent if I'm gonna play this on my phone, even though it's just like on the side. I'm like, I just gotta lock something with like good mon so I could just like play on my phone and not like, you know what I mean, have to like worry about like thinking super hard while I'm like at a wedding. And this was good for that, so I will give it credit there. So
yeah, so speaking on that, actually, Joe, my question that I had from earlier was, how did you do team sheets? Did you just look it over and then like lock it in memory and then just play without double checking, like in the game?
Dude, I literally I just looked at it for like 2 seconds. I was like, okay, I probably know what it is, and then I would just play the game. And there would be genuine moments during the run where like I would just like play as if it had a certain item, and then it just like had a completely different item. I'm not even like, I don't even think this is a team cheater. I just think I didn't read it properly. And I go back and like 90% of the time, I just didn't read it properly. So there were so many games that like were like harder because I wasn't like really reading the team sheet. And like I was basically playing like half CTS, which is pretty funny. Like sometimes I would just be like, yeah, like I can just kind of guess what this thing has, so like I'm just gonna play as if I know it and just look at like the mods I don't know. Or sometimes like I'd be mid like picking my moves, I would like tab out, go to the Limitless page, turn my phone over, like skim through, and then tab back. And sometimes like it would take a second to reconnect to the game. I'd be like, yo, connect faster, man. I'm trying to click my moves. And there's one time I almost timed out, but it worked out just fine, so it was okay. So.
Yeah, that's the part that would make me nervous about playing a tournament mobile only, because like it's great for ladder and stuff like that. And you know, I mean, I even played a local over the weekend on mobile just for the sake of it, just for fun. But I had a printed team sheet next to me, so I was like, you know, if I was playing in an online tournament on the go, I don't know how I would do that. That part would scare me.
Yeah, I also like day one, I got like a very nice schedule for like a Venusaur Charizard player. Like I played 6 Swampert, so my plan was basically just like I just repeated the same plan like 6 times basically, and like I kind of knew all the pieces. Well, it was funny. So I'll give you the exact play by play. Okay, so round 8 happens. Okay. And it's now I'm finally at the actual wedding venue. Okay, so like they're literally about to walk down like the aisle. Okay, I've
Oh
won
my
my game
God.
1. I'm sitting there in the middle of game 2, and I'm like, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have to forfeit if this goes to game 3. So I'm sitting there, right? They start like obviously the bridesmaids and then we're walking out. This is literally how I was standing. I have my phone right here in my hand, and I'm like, click a button, look back, like hands back on my like thing,
Oh my
and then
God.
literally last second, right before my cousin, who is the bride, like walks down the aisle, literally like I see the game-winning play. I'm like, boom, boom, whatever. It gets locked. I just flick open, win, close it, put it in my pocket, and then the wedding starts. It was so funny. Like it was like actually just like one last second possible. Like I was worried. I was like, yo, like I hope Dylan doesn't take too long to like pick his moves, because I'm trying to like get to this wedding, and if I go to game 3, like I have to forfeit. I'm not gonna like obviously be on my phone during the ceremony, you know what I mean? So yeah, it worked
Oh
out.
my
But
God,
it was
dude.
very crazy timing. So yeah.
The wedding officiant looks at you and says, "You may now begin playing day 2."
Yeah,
You know?
actually, no, actually, right? I was just
Like,
yeah.
geez, the timing is so stupid. That's so
Yeah,
funny. Um,
exactly. Like, could you imagine? Like, it went like 2 more turns, and we are walking down the aisle. Like, oh, I guess I just gotta forfeit the game. Just like
yep.
close out the phone. Like, I mean, listen, if you had to, you had to. But it didn't
Somebody
come up, luckily. So
somebody here in the chat asked, like, with the back to the team sheet stuff, like, was there any like standout moments where like you just completely misplayed or something because you thought something was something else that you remember, or no?
oh, I sleep powdered instead of like leaf storm something, because it was like a different item or something, or like I thought it was a different item. I
Right.
think it was it? I forgot what it was. I don't know. It was like something in the run. There was something where I clicked a button where I like thought about it more, and I was like, oh, that's kind of stupid, but like I didn't get punished for it, so it's like fine. You know what I mean? Like
Got it.
basically. But yeah, nothing too crazy. Like I feel like even if you kind of are playing guessing games with the items, you can like generally make pretty correct plays. You know what I mean with the team.
Right.
Like I never found like I was really like doing anything like that. And day 2, obviously, like, well, actually, day 2, maybe the Swiss rounds I wasn't that locked in, but after that in like Top Cut, I was pretty locked in, because during the Swiss rounds, like basically the context was, so obviously the wedding stuff happened, like whatever. And then yeah, I drink a lot. Obviously, it was my cousin's wedding. I wake up for round 9, and I'm like waking up. I'm so groggy. I'm like, dude, this sucks. I'm like, I gotta play this shit. So I'm like sitting there on my phone, and like I just proceeded to play awful in like the first round, and then the rest was in a car on like shaky connection, like it's going in and out like during the move selections, and I'm getting like 15 seconds to pick my moves, and somehow even through all that we were able to make it to Top Cut. So yeah, that was
Nice.
something. Yeah, it was chaotic. It was a very chaotic tournament. Probably like I basically, like, if you told someone, like, you like coach someone and you're like, what should you do to win a tournament, right? I basically did like the opposite of like everything you're supposed to do to like win a tournament. Like I basically put
Mm.
myself in like every scenario possible to like not perform at my best, but it's okay. It worked out. So maybe we just need to redo this formula for Worlds or something. So
Yeah. I mean, overcoming adversity is always the the motivator, the big motivator. Being on the go, playing through the hard conditions of not being able to play optimally, I guess.
yeah.
I actually go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say my round 4. By the way, he cooked me, bro. Like, dude, I sleep powdered all of his mons, like every single one of his mons in game 2, and I still almost lost the game. And then I play game 3 and I just got absolutely smoked. Like, this team has got to be one of the worst matchups I've ever played versus in my life. Like, I genuinely was just sitting there in front of the Pex. I'm like, I don't know what to do into this thing, man. Like, it's just sitting here for like forever. And I don't think it was necessarily because it was like Pex itself. I think it was because it was like the Pex plus the Frostlass in the back. Like, it was so annoying. I had to click Sleep Powder like legit like 20 times against this guy, and I still lost anyways. I was just like, dude, like, what's going on? And then my other loss was also Frostlass. I'm playing Charizard. Like, I was like, how am I losing to like Frostlasses out of everything? But like, obviously, it's a Lycan Rock version, so I guess it kind of makes sense.
And you're
but,
beating all the rain. You're beating all the rain.
yeah,
How funny.
Rain is terrible, bro. That archetype's fraudulent. I mean, I actually, you know what? It's really good, and everyone should bring it to Worlds. It's really.
I
good.
agree. I agree. I see what you're saying. Yes, of course. That's what you meant to say the first time, and we'll edit out
Yes.
that when you said it was bad.
Yeah, exactly.
To get the right message.
Yeah, we don't want to be spreading lies.
No, absolutely. So actually, I'm stealing a joke from a friend of mine, bringing it back to the team sheet stuff as well, Joe. Somebody said they're like, Joe doesn't need to look at the team sheets because safety goggles isn't in the game. There's like, you can just sleep powder everything, dude. I did see. I think it was maybe against Jude. You went like 1 for 4 or something on sleep powders. It was like pretty funny, like in one of the games.
Yeah. I miss almost every one. Yeah.
It was pretty bad. So I was like, Venusaur was, if people want to say that it was just all sleep powder, it didn't look like it. Like,
Yeah, like obviously, like when you play Venusaur, like you need to connect like some important ones, but like generally speaking, I would say my luck was like pretty fair throughout the tournament. Like, I think
right.
I had a lot of situations where I just whiffed like crazy, and I was just like, well, I was like, I guess that's just how it is. You know what I mean? And then I'd move on.
Mhm.
Just like keep playing. Like, but I think like Loki, when you play like Venusaur, like Sleep Powder enough, you just become like you just like have this anti-tilt mode built into you. Like, you just can't get angry about like missing Sleep Powder. You're just like, whatever. It's like, this is what I signed up for. You know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna
It's just
do?
second nature to you, right? Right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I mean,
Venusaur,
listen,
you're
every
back.
time I move nowadays, I'm just like, oh, whatever. Like, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? So,
Arsenal asks in the chat, was Darkest Lariat mostly for Saraledge then? Because I did think Saraledge looks pretty hard, but you beat it in top 8, I think this is. Top 16, maybe?
oh yeah,
Top
that guy
16?
got fried. Oh yeah, I fried this guy. Because basically, like he did the Saraledge stuff, but the problem is that like because I have Venusaur, the 2 other pieces you'd use to like pressure the rest of the team, like to deal with the Saraledge, is like Floette and my Lodic, right? And then like Venusaur just hits all of them, which is really bad. Not to mention it can get sleep powdered. And then on top of that too, like also I wish that my reasoning for Lariat was that, but basically I was just like, okay, I was like, I can't really use Throat Chop because like I mean I'm trying to use it obviously in Trick Room sometimes, so like that's kind of like stupid. And I was like, I'll just do more damage instead. And then I realized it was funny. I was playing against the Saraledge guy, and I realized mid-set, I'm like, oh wait, I have Darkest Lariat. I'm like, I just don't care about his bulk ups. But like, I was just gonna cycle him and sit there until he eventually, like, obviously, like, just died from like not being able to do damage. But then I was like, oh yeah, I have Lariat. I can just beat this guy. And then game 2, he just like lost again to the same plan. So it was like funny. But yeah. So I guess all that to say, I guess we could say that yes, it's basically for Saraledge. Yeah.
All right, so I want to jump over to talking about Rishi, your run. So you ended up making to top 8 with a Snorlax Parish team. So again, not like a whole team report or anything like that, but tell us how you ended up on Snorlax Parish then. Well, and also wait,
so
first off, because you mentioned beginning, was this Sludge Bomb or Disable?
This is so I ended up having to play with Sludge Bomb, but I wanted Disable on it.
Okay, got it.
Just because I have the Encore Ninetales, and it didn't bite me in the butt that much throughout the tour until my game against MDB. Oh my god, like I don't have a good matchup already into Arrow like Sylveon Farigiraf, but I don't like my matchup is horrendous without Disable.
Right.
Yeah. So but yeah, so one of someone in a different server, Root2 Iris, ended up having a pretty good run in like a smaller tournament, like smaller grassroots tournament that was like 100 people, with like Mega Scrafty Gengar plus Snorlax, and I didn't like the Scrafty, and like they had Scrafty Dragonite in over the Sneasler and the Snorlax, or Sneasler and the Gambit, and I didn't really like that much. And we were talking back and forth, and I was like, you know what? Snorlax seems pretty cracked. Like I really like the idea of it on a Gengar team. I am just going to put it with the other 5 Pokemon I think are really good with Gengar, or other 4 Pokemon that I think is really good with Gengar. And that's kind of what I did. I didn't really have a team until like an hour before the tournament, so I just threw it on there, and it worked out.
Nice,
Bro,
nice.
so
Yeah,
you got to tell
honestly,
me how many fissures you connect.
true.
Okay, so day 1, I went 1 for 11. which is just so crazy. Day 2, I clicked it twice and I hit 1. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So either it hits or it doesn't.
So
Classic.
2 out of 12. 2 out of 12 is
Yeah.
like.
Yeah,
Damn, bro, don't click
so-
sleep
That's
powder,
about
bro.
average.
It's not for you. Sleep powder's not for you, bro. Don't click it.
No, it's not for me. Like there were multiple games where I clicked all 12 of my yawns. I barely clicked Fissure though in comparison to it.
I gotta say, I usually am pretty good about knowing all of the available options on Pokemon and stuff like that, or at least all the good ones, you know. So I like it did kind of surprise me when I saw that Snorlax has Encore now. Like, is that new? That one kind of snuck by me.
Bro, I could not tell you. I when I saw Route 2 Iris's set, because this is the exact set they use. When I saw that set, I was like, you could have put me in a padded room and told me to make every Snorlax set I could think of. I would have never came up with this set. I'm gonna be so for real.
I didn't even know it got Encore either, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
kind of insane. Like, yeah, that's wild.
It's so weird. But yeah, was it actually strong on it? I think one of the hard parts about using Encore on a Pokemon like Snorlax is that it's so slow. So unless
Yeah.
the opponent sets up Trick Room for you, you know, you're going to be encoring them after they've used their move, which makes it a little bit harder to predict. Was that still strong in your run?
So not in my run, but I've been doing testing with this team afterwards, so I actually have Disable on the team now. And I'd say that slow Encore has been way more consistent for me with
Mhm.
next to Gengar than the fast Encore of Ninetales, specifically because you can do plays such as Encore and Mega Protect turn 1, and then disable them the next turn. And because your Encore went second, you have 2 turns of struggle.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That
So
I guess makes some sense
yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
That is pretty
Obviously,
cool.
like it comes to the realm of like, okay, they can like protect on your Encore, so you do have to be careful of that. But I think it's a very strong option to have, especially into like Delphox teams where if they're not clicking Nasty Plot, like they aren't doing much to you, or in front of like Incineroars that like I guess that's in front of Incineroars you want to yawn more of the times because they're parting shotting out. But there's been a lot of scenarios where like I don't see another move being better than Encore in that slot, even like an attacking move. So yeah.
And so then from your run, what would you say was like probably the one most standout game?
I mean, I would say like all the games were like really close except for the MDB one. Like the MDB
Okay,
one,
then
I
let's just talk about all of them then.
yeah.
I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
Oh, dude, I don't get sarcasm. You can't do that with me. I would say my favorite game that I played. Ooh, that'd probably be the Zoria, the round 12 in day 2. I had a situation come up where so I'm like really bulky on Sneasel. I have no attack investment and I'm jolly. I had a situation where like I led Sneasler, or I had like Sneasler Gengar board against Sneasler King Gambit. And like classic mind game is like, does the King Gambit protect and then do they CC your Sneasler twice, right? And sucker punch it to KO it. My Sneasler ended up like I was pretty sure my Sneasler lived CC plus sucker punch, and it ended up living it, and that kind of decided the whole match. But yeah, it was also my first like top cut for a tournament above 500 players, so it was very memorable for me, I'd say.
Let's go. Yeah, because yeah, you had to fight. I was about to ask. I mean, I was looking at it and I was like, this was a win in it then, right? So
Yes, yeah. Yeah, I had my first win in with Brady in round 11, and that came down to like game 2. I did the math, or I did the calc afterwards. I was at 87 HP on my Sneasler, and they had +2 King Gambit. I'm like, okay, they're not black glasses, so I'm pretty sure I live. he crit the sucker punch. I'm like, okay, well, we're not going game 3. But yeah, it did max 86, which was pretty funny.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, that's brutal.
it
Let's
worked
actually
out in
talk
the end though.
about.
So
Yeah. I mean, you still got it on the next shot, so.
yep,
And then you
We
probably had to.
locked into the last
Actually
round.
played top
hell yeah.
16. Yeah, you played top 16 against Atrix. Oh, that's a funny one that we'll get to talking about here shortly. But yeah, so you were talking about Brady. Brady running the solo mega stuff. I think the most surprising stuff here, besides I guess the Lum Dragonite, which it was a very popular one on like the Showdown ladder. I don't know what group this Lumberry Dragonite originates from, but I just know there was a group out there running that. And then the bold Floette, just not even pretending to be the fast Floette that is going to Calm Mind before anything or get off any attacks before anything. You're just never going to kill it. Solo mega, and it's never dying. And I mean, it's annoying to play against, but I do respect it.
Yeah.
I think it's really good if you're not against a Venusaur player, basically. Because I was against Brady in finals, and I saw my Venusaur naturally outsped the Floette. I'm like, yeah, bro. I was like, this is free eats for the Venusaur. Like, it's crazy. We were talking about it
I
after.
know,
I was like, yeah, the match just seemed like terrible for you, bro. Like, what were you supposed to do? You
I know with
He's got the
Lumberry
Lumberry
Dragonite,
Dragonite. Surely that solves the Venusaur problem, right?
Yeah.
you would hope.
I'm really surprised about the Choppel Gambit on his team. Like, I kind of want to talk to him about that because even like it technically came up in our match too. If he had black glasses, he didn't need that crit on Steamsway. It would have just always KO'd. But
Right.
also there was in game 1, I would have killed his King Gambit a lot easier, or he would have had to have protected it if he didn't have Choppel. So, like, I don't know. I can see it going both ways, but I think it's a very interesting take on the SD set.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Not a lot of people are running defensive item sword stance. I feel like most
I've
often
never
they
seen
just
that
go
before.
all in.
Yeah.
Definitely a good
I
highlight there.
thought
And
it
then
was SD Akka would make sense now, because then SD Akka you get to set up sword stance in front of Zard and then like sucker punch it for like 80 and then die anyways. You know?
yes, right. I was gonna say that's the fun part is that you just don't get the kill afterwards. Brutal. Okay, so MDB ended up getting top 4 with just the same old Farizard stuff. I feel like this team is like really I mean, it's like somewhat adjacent to what you're using, Joe. I'm just gonna call them both Farizard, even though they have a lot of differences other than that. But I feel like that duo is kind of cementing itself as like the third strongest team right now behind like Big Six and then just like Calm Mind Floette stuff. You know, those are like the big 3 in my opinion at least. For teams.
Okay, I have
right
a
now.
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
What does the like whenever I hear someone talk about the Farigiraf Zard stuff, it seems to have a good matchup into everything. What does it lose to?
So I think what makes it strong conceptually, because like I also brought the same team as Eric Rios to NAIC for these reasons. I finished, 199th place, not to brag, but I think that the strengths of running Farigiraf right now is that the top 2 ones that we were mentioning just a second ago, Big Six, very Tailwind reliant, so Trick Room naturally makes sense to me at least.
Mhm.
And then the Floette teams rely a lot on fake outs, sometimes even double fake outs.
Yeah.
So just
No,
having
for
like
sure.
a Pokemon that naturally has very good counterplay into the 2 top strategies, it just makes a lot of sense to me at least, even though
No, I
it's
agree.
not going to auto win the game for you. You still have to play Pokemon,
For sure,
of
for
course.
sure. Yeah, of course. But
I don't know.
I like
Go.
obviously I'll have to look more into its matchup spread because like I feel like it has like a somewhat positive matchup into everything that is meta. So
Mm-hmm.
like I guess like Frostlass might be a bit annoying for it. But
Well, I lost it to Frostlass, so
True.
yeah, fair enough.
Did you beat any, Joe? You probably beat some, right? Or did you
I
only
know
beat
I
the other
lost
two?
to both Frostlasses I played.
0% win rate against Frostlass.
0%
All right,
win
now
rate against Frost.
Well, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
First.
I mean, and Michael lost to Brady twice. That was his only loss this entire tournament.
Oh, right, yes.
Which
Oh, that is actually super true.
And like Joe said, you got a Venusaur on the team, and that really helps that matchup. So there are some trade offs that you have to decide between. to figure out, I guess, whether you want to dunk on Floette a little harder or whether you want to I guess whether you want to beat Frostlass or not.
I mean, I think like realistically, what's good about the version that MDB was using was they're obviously outputting a lot of pressure. I think the Sash King Gambit's actually pretty cool. It's kind of raw. It's like a sick item on it. You know what I mean? But I think also to the fact that you get to run speed in it, so you can outspeed like other Sylveons, other Insins is kind of sick, and it works really well for Edge. I think the main, I think my main thing with this team specifically is I think it's just common enough where it's like and this doesn't mean it's not playable, by the way. I still think it's still good, but I just think it's going to be targeted a lot, so people are going to have like lines figured out into it probably.
Oh,
yeah, that makes sense.
Right?
You're gonna have to adapt more on the fly than they are going to have to.
Yeah, because like I feel like anyone within like with a reasonable understanding of the game knows that you need to be able to beat like Aerozard KG. You know what I mean? Like I think anyone's world's prep list should have this like in the top like 3. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, for sure.
That's what I was just trying to say. I feel like it's
was
third.
your NAIC prep list also not? Was your NAIC prep list also not with that towards the top of it, and it still got first and second place, right? Like
it definitely went up higher after that tournament. I feel like it honestly it wasn't third for NAIC, Adi, because that Frostlass team, man, you really needed to be ready for the Frostlass Lycanroc team.
The Lycanroc one, yes.
Yeah, I feel like the King Gambit for Rigorath stuff specifically on Zard really started popping up a lot right before NAIC. Like right before. I know I definitely versed some people in that testing group like the day before NAIC, just like high ladder and just seeing that pop up everywhere.
No, I was all over the ladder.
Listen, I know Sand is bad anyways, you know, like at this point, but like dude, I really wish I hit more Aerozard players at NAIC, man. I was just playing. I was in the trenches, bro. I'm playing versus like, what's it called? Espathra, like Polytoad, Archaludon, Scovillain. Like, bro, like these are like mythical pulls. Like you can't, like, how do you even pull that? You know what I mean? Like, there's like Aerodactyl Zards everywhere, and like meanwhile, I'm in the trenches playing versus this Mega Scizor Rain with like Pelipper, Incin. Like what? Like, bro, no one uses these. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's going on? And then like, yeah, it's just I don't know. I like that one. I was just like kind of bummed because the only Aerozard team I played. Okay, granted, I did flinch in one of the games, but I won 2-0, and it was very very like it was a very solid matchup into that team. But like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, Sand is just kind of bad now, though. Don't play Sand. All this to say, anyways, you shouldn't play Sand at this point because now it's bad.
Maybe the meta will be more predictable at the World Championships when the meta just boils down to you can play one of 3 teams. Just 3 teams.
Definitely not. World is a mess, bro. World is such a mess. Like I oh my god. I've put in so much. Okay, listen. I've put in so much prep for Worlds every single year. I've had teams where I'm like, dude, I have the sauce. I'm going to destroy this tournament. I've won Japanese tournaments. I'm locked in. I have a secret tech that no one's ready for. And then you play like Billy Bob Jr. the third with like some random like triple ice type team that you're like, bro, like how am I supposed to beat this? Like it's just this random thing that you just lose to. Like you legit, because of the invite system, the fact that it's like top 8 like 80 of like a lot of places, you can legit just run into like a random team that can just ruin your run on day one. It's actually kind of insane. Like there were some people I talked to at like Worlds 25, I think. It was when I brought Groudon Miraidon, which like on paper looks really stupid, but like it was actually really good into all the top teams. Like every single top team had like an even to good matchup with it. And like I just end up playing versus like Wheezing Safety Goggles Iron Bundle with like Calyrex Shadow, like 2 Taiwanese players with hard Trick Room. Like, bro, like what am I doing? You know what I mean? Like I can't even like play the game. It was really goofy.
That's so crazy.
I remember building with Raga for Worlds last year, and we were just like, all right, you know, we've gotten most of the top stuff covered, but the Clefairy matchup's not very good, so I guess we'll just accept that's what it is. And then I played Clefairy round 1, and I was just like, I didn't manage to barely beat it, but I think I had to fight it twice in day 1, and I lost the second time. But I was just like, oh man, like I knew this one was like maybe there could be like 3 people, but I didn't want to have to run into 2 of the 3. You know, like come on, leave me alone.
Dude,
Joe,
I like low-key think Worlds rewards you for just bringing random stuff. I actually think
it does a little bit. That's the fun of it, though. I mean, I do like that part at least. I had a question, Joe. Was do you think that your team was going to have a big metagame impact, or do you think that this is just kind of like your stuff? Like that's kind of what I'm wondering.
I don't know, to be honest. Like it's like weird. Like I mean, like okay, now that I like post a lot of like content and stuff, and like obviously I post about my teams and stuff, like I do think stuff I use gets played a little bit more than like it used to. Cause like I mean, I'm sure you remember the times in like 2020 like 2 or 2023, like I would use teams and no one would really pick it up. You know what I mean? It'd only really be like
Sure,
me
yeah.
using it. Now, like my sand stuff, I remember I played it in VR and then like it was kind of out there, and then like it was one of the most played teams in like the grand champions like festival thing, right? So like
Right.
sometimes like you just like nowadays I think like I can't really say for certain. I think the team is obviously really good, but like I think it depends on, I guess, what base you're asking about, right? Because obviously like people who like obviously like my content or like my teams want to use stuff like that, I'm sure there'll be people picking it up and it'll be on ladder. Whether like top players will use it, I still think top players will probably bias a little bit more towards like, if you're good at the game, like really good at the game, like probably like Big Six or the Arrow Zard stuff, because those are the two best Zard variants by far. It's not even a question, right? I think that's always how it is.
Yep.
Not that
I-
this wasn't good. Obviously, it was good enough to win, but I think it's like, I think it is a little bit of preference as well, right?
Right. Adi, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, I mean, I also think that people really like sand. People really wanted to figure out a way to use sand.
That's
And
true.
so they just like how, for example, Raichu Y is a Pokemon that a lot of people want to use, and now everyone who's using Raichu Y is using exactly MDB's version of Raichu Y, even though I'm sure there's so many other ways to build that guy out. Like everyone's using the one that team building is hard, man, and people are just taking the teams that are already out there. And so, but as far as like Charizard goes, you don't need to steal the one Charizard team. There's a lot of different Charizard teams out there. Most people who are trying to use Charizard have probably played with a few different variants of it and kind of have their ideas of what they want to use. I think you probably put Venusaur on the radar more than it was in the past. But I think it's in the rotation of the 8 different mons that you could put on your 6-mon Charizard team now. But or now it's maybe 9 or 10 different mons. But like it's a data point, at least to me. I said it when after the I don't even remember what tournament I played in a couple weeks ago. It's like, yeah, I still just think that Incineroar, Garchomp, Charizard, Sylveon is just the best core in the game right now, like by far. And you can kind of put whatever you want next to it. And I played like Metagross and it felt awful. I never brought it. I was like, so I think I'm gonna try this team out. I'm gonna see if I want to use a Venusaur, if I want to use Aerodactyl, or if I'm gonna use something else altogether. But I don't know. I definitely think that this is just another, especially looking at these results and 3 of top 4 is Charizard. It's like, should I even bother like trying to crack the format, or should I just get really, really good at Charizard? Is like a question that I keep asking myself going into this World Championships. And if the answer is just get really good at Charizard, you do have to do your due diligence and try out every single good Charizard team and figure out which one is the best.
Yeah.
Did you
I
see
think
that
most
one?
people are just scared of clean sleep powder,
Did you see that one copy pasta thing of the Charizard or whatever? I can't take it anymore. I'm sick of Charizard. Yes. That one was so good. Oh man, I'd have to go find the tweet original or whoever posted it. It was so good. Somebody just like raging about Charizard. I don't know if it's made up or not, but it's good.
Oh no, it's real. It's from our Pokemon champions.
Oh, it's from Reddit. Of course. Why wouldn't I have assumed? So
where all the good copy pastas come from.
Yeah, that's where we steal all of our takes from just our VGC. They have it first, or our Reddit champions, whatever. Which one? I don't know.
I can't take it anymore. I'm sick of Charizard Y. I tried to build a Frostlass team. It's weak to Charizard Y. I tried to build Rain. It's weak to Charizard Y. I tried to build Balance. It's weak to Charizard Y. I want to use Steel types. They get roasted by Charizard Y. I switch in my Fire Resist. Solar Beam. I switch in my Water type. Solar Beam. I bring in my Garchomp. Rock Slide misses 3 times. I finally get Trigger Up. He protects, stalls a turn, and KOs both my Pokemon. Keeps going.
Did they do? It's honestly that was just barely even half of it. That was barely even half of it. It's so.
It's so good.
They just
half of it.
Yeah, dude. He grabs me by the throat. Chill. Yeah.
Wait,
so good.
I can't get Basculegion. I don't have any more quick coupons.
I bring Aquaberry, he crits anyways. I bring Tyranitar, he brings Flowhead instead.
Okay, Joe, that last one though, that one's real, dude. I hate that shit. The Double Mega is a cancer on this meta game. I hate it.
I don't like Double Mega. Double Mega is okay, genuinely. Listen, maybe this is just like the Unk status talking here. I hate double mega. It actually really bothers me. Like looking at it, it really annoys me. I do think it's really funny that both me and Brady are like kind of like, I mean, now I guess we're kind of like more old timer players now, and like
Yeah.
we're both using solo mega in
Yeah.
like winning and finals, which I think is hilarious. So
I think.
yeah.
Well, also, Rishi here was using solo mega too. I think these are the only 3 megas that can do it. Zard and Floette can do it
Yep.
explicitly because they are the best too. They're the
Yeah.
best megas regardless. Like, you can like just tell
Also
your
the best
opponent, "I'm
mega.
bringing Charizard," and they'll be like, "Well, that's still hard to beat because it's Charizard." Same thing for Floette. And whereas Gengar, it's much more like strategy centric. Like nothing else does what Gengar does, and you can build your whole team around it, and it'll still be.
It's just it's very game warping, right? Like
Yeah. So
So,
I feel like those are the only ones that
Rishi,
can do it.
actually,
But
I have
I'm
a
with
question
you
for you.
there.
Yeah,
Wait,
what's
sorry, go
your
ahead.
question?
Sorry, it was about Gengar. So, bro,
Yeah.
okay, listen, real talk, okay? I know you like Gengar, okay?
Uh-huh.
What do you think the peak world's placement is with Gengar?
Oh, I'm gonna be so for real. I think like 1 or 2 maybe get day 2.
That
Oh,
bad?
bro,
That
that's actually
bad?
that's a terrible conversion rate. That's a terrible.
I like. Okay, so I think it depends. It depends on a couple things. Gengar is not one of those teams where you can just take a 6 and just play it for the rest of the format. Like you really have to adapt to like the small text people are putting on their team. So it could work out. It could do really well. It could do really well, right? I think it's going to really like I don't see the meta changing too much between now and Worlds. So it's very possible that someone finds like the way to play Gengar and like just pops off. With that said, I think it's really fucking hard to do. Like, but like then again though, it's gonna be Worlds Cowboy players, right? So
Yeah, I
it
mean,
seems
like
like Marco or
honestly,
someone.
bro, Gengar. Here's my problem with Gengar, right? Like, as someone who played it in, man, like I'm sitting here, I'm working really hard. I'm basically working a 9 to 5. I'm like, yeah, I know what he's gonna do. Protect, switch out. All right, boom, fake out, reposition again. Now parting shot, whatever. Do all this work, and then the guy just randomly crits me or flinches me, and I'm like, okay, I just lost the game. Like, bro, like I don't understand. Like, you have to like kind of hate yourself a little bit to play Gengar, because the thing is like you're basically asking to just like get hacked more than like normal players get hacked. Essentially, you're
Is
basically
that not the
asking
same as like
for a
the
crit
Calm
or
Mind
like
setup?
something just
Wait,
ruin your day.
wait, hold on. Did you not play? Didn't you play Sleep Out or Venusaur?
Right, but I get rewarded for doing that to people. I click that button, and
Yeah,
if I
that's true,
land,
that's
I
true.
can just ruin someone's day by getting 2 sleep powders. I don't have to like think super hard and then get punished for like clicking the button. You know what I mean? You can always get rewarded
Yeah,
for
that's
clicking
fair.
sleep
No,
powder.
so
You know?
I think like that's like kind of how I feel about specifically Snorlax Gengar. I agree with you, especially in front of a Garchomp when you have like 4 ground weeks. It's like okay, like if I mess this up, it's so over. But I will say that Snorlax Gengar, like I have to do more testing with it still, right? Like I made the team like an hour before the tourney, so I didn't get the most games with it. But it really feels like there are a lot of the matchups if you get like leads right or like leads slightly favored, you just have lines that will guarantee win you the game, or you can make middle ground plays up until a certain part of the game and you can just win from there. It feels very unfair. With that said, there are certain matchups I'm still trying to figure out, like Gambit Basque. Yeah. That guy, you have to fight for your life in front of that, right? And like those
The
are the
most
2 guys
common
of the
two in
format.
the format.
Yeah,
The most
exactly,
common
right?
two
It's
ones in the
fine,
format.
Joe. It's fine. It's
Yeah,
so
don't
good
worry
against
about it, don't worry
everything
about it.
else. It's so good against everything else, of
No.
course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everything
so
else.
the big thing is like you have leads that are really good into Gambit Bass. You just can't lead Snorlax Gengar into it, right?
If they don't have Gambit or Bass, Joe, it's actually not that bad, okay? If they don't have
yeah,
Gambit,
if they for
Bass,
some
or
reason
Zard,
If
don't
or
they
have
don't have
Gambit or
Gambit, or
Bass.
their
Charizard
own
Y, my
Gengar,
matchup is pretty good. You know?
Yeah.
You know, if they actually have 6 shit mons, I think I can win.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Audie, you actually pointed this out in Tub the other day, because Well, first off, the reason I got on this tangent, I'm jumping like 2 tangents down the line, is that Joe said that don't run Perish or Gengar because you're gonna get crit. I think that also applies to both Grimmsnarl screens and Calm Mind Floette stuff. Like that team, those teams will also probably just lose to flinches or crits in the same way, a similar way. Um, but Grimmsnarl is like one of the new guys on the block that is supposed to be really good. Not a single Grimmsnarl in top 8, and I'm stealing Adi's take here, or Adi can go ahead and express it. But like, yeah, there was a very serious lack of new Pokemon in the top 8 here. Adi?
Oh
What
yeah,
do
I
you mean?
guess.
My favorite new Pokemon is Life Orb Garchomp.
Yes, yes.
Oh yeah. I
Crap.
guess Golden Go was the only one, right?
Yeah, there's 2
And Swampert.
golds and then a Swampert.
Oh, Swampert. Swampert.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which we actually didn't highlight
but
those
I mean,
teams yet.
Yeah.
Adi, go ahead.
Can we count Snorlax as a new Pokemon just because like he didn't really see that
Hey,
much play? You know what I mean?
You know, I fuck with that. Wait, we had the Wolfie team. We did have the Wolfie team. If you
Mhm,
want to
that's
count
true.
that.
So Arctic Fish and DD here both got top cut with basically the same team. They both had, Sneasler versus Ensign. And honestly, I bet if I tab between the two of them, you'll see a lot of differences. For example, I know that it's Scarf Bass on the other team. So it's
Yeah.
like, okay, it's actually way deeper than that, Alex. Don't try to make it not.
Also,
Don't try to
Spell Tag
simplify it.
Dingo, I think.
Yeah, see, like Spell Tag versus Metal Coat, like those types of things that will definitely separate them. But I would say, like, appearances and vibes wise, probably some very similar teams here, with one having Ensign, one having Sneasler. And this is kind of like why when I was mentioning earlier, like the 3 big teams to beat, I don't know if these 2 are going to be like that meta centric going forward. Time will tell, I guess. But it makes me want to say that like Big Six, like I'm almost making it a little bit more generic as like Whims Zard, because it still has a lot of like elements that are like Big Six, like the Big Six that we know and love and everybody loves.
Could be
But yeah, I
like
feel like
Whimsard
Whims
Tramp.
Zard. There's a couple of different Fari Zard teams. There's a couple of different Calm Mind Floette teams. Everybody's using it with like Delphox now, but sometimes they use it solo. So yeah, there's like just like that's why I feel like we kind of have to like generify it, like just like because
Yeah.
if you try to prepare for every single variant of Charizard for Worlds, you'll probably just like lose your mind. There's so many.
I mean, honestly, I think you're just better off running King Gambit, like King Gambit and the other. I actually don't think the gold version is like that good. When I played versus them, they just brought the standard 4 Pokemon. They didn't bring the gold or the instant. They just brought the other 4
Yeah.
that are already on the Big Six team.
Yeah.
So I was just like, dude, like I mean, obviously there's more games than just one, but I don't know, man. Like if I was basically a player who like was locked in on Whimsard and I had like basically like you were like, okay, you have to lock something for Worlds. Like I would always just lock the Big Six team because I know that all of Japan is probably like all the good Japanese players are probably going to lock it because it's a good team. You look at every single Japanese tournament that happens and it always performs well no matter what is in the field. So I don't know. I just feel like I wouldn't like go out of my way to try and be like cute if I'm playing like like Whimsard at that point. Like at that point, I'm just gonna play the most standard, like good version because like it has Charizard, Floette, Garchomp, Basculegion, King Gambit, Whimsicott. Like none of those mons are ever bad. They're always good Pokemon no matter what. So I don't know.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
But
So I actually helped DD build this team.
Okay.
I wasn't super like in touch with the more recent variations of it, but like the base work I helped him out a decent amount with. And what we like the main question we wanted to answer was like, is this just significantly worse than a Big Six, right? Like what is like if we bring this team to a tourney, why are we bringing it instead of Big Six? And the answer to that question that we kind of came up with was preference. Ensign and Golden Go do give like specifically Ensign, right? Give like a different axis that the team can play on that Big Six can't because of how offensive it is. And obviously this team is also offensive, but Ensign and Golden Go give it a little bit more of a defensive backbone, especially into like stuff like Floette. So yeah, that's kind of the only reason. But honestly, I agree with Joe. Like, if you don't have a preference of needing a defensive backbone or any defensive backbone, well, even the Big Six has a defensive backbone. But if you want to play the best team, it's probably not this one, right? Like,
Well, I mean,
Yes.
I definitely get like the people who tech like Instant over Floette because like obviously that you know what I mean. I get some people just really like playing with Instant, and I get it, bro. It's good, you know what I mean. Instant's a good Pokemon. I
Yeah,
forgot
it's
I
a good
haven't played
Pokemon.
Instant in a while, and I played Instant this weekend. I'm like, damn, dude. I'm like, this guy is like just straight dunking on these guys. Like I'm playing versus like random people who don't know how to deal with intimidate cycling. I'm like, damn right, parting shot, boom, I'm back out. Guess who's gonna come back in? Instant again, baby. Fake out sleep powder. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, bro, how are people not like, how do people not know how to play versus this in like big 2020, big 2026, you know? Like, but I mean, it's just how it is. You know?
And you look at the win rates. Instant had a 54% win rate, which is really high for a Pokemon that had like 25% usage or something like that, 30% usage.
31.
Yeah, that's crazy. Only Pokemon that had a high usage that was more higher win rate is Floette, which also kind of like a very noob stomping Pokemon. Obviously did very well, still very good, but like I do question. Okay, are you going to get that free feeling when you're playing at the World Championships? At a regional, absolutely. I think there's a benefit to using a team that can beat that random stuff that you were talking about. You know, hey, you're going to face that triple ice team randomly, and guess what's going to beat that? It's going to be Incineroar. And that's kind of the detriment of using a meta call that might have swingier matchups at a regional. But at Worlds, it's maybe easier to justify running something that that has those swingier matchup spreads where you're not going to be able to run over as many players because you know how to click fake out parting shot in the way that everyone at Worlds does.
Okay. Okay. Let me think about how. Okay. I think that hold on. I gotta think about how I word this. Okay. I think that you can run over a lot of players in day one with Incineroar at the World Championships. However, I think once you get to day 2 and you start playing versus like Marco Fierro, you know, Victor Medina, like Alex, obviously, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the level goes up. But I will say that I think that there are enough. It's 80 invites for NA and like more with auto invite, right? Like 80 for EU. I don't think that like okay. I basically if I brought Incin, I like my chances in day 1 of being able to diff people with Incineroar. I think in day 2, I'm probably feeling a little bit more like, okay, this is actually going to be a little trickier. But even then, I'll just click Sleep Powder Man or like whatever I'm using. You know what I mean? Like, but I think that straight up, like, to be honest, this is based off of my experiences at Worlds. Right? Yeah, but this is based off of my experience at Worlds the past 2 years. The past 2 years, I was like, yo, I'm gonna bring a crazy team, or not crazy team. I'm gonna bring a team that's a call. It's good into all the good players that bring the good team. And then I just play versus straight buns like every single round. I'm like, bro, I would have been better off just playing like Incin. You know what I mean? Like, or like anything else. Yeah. So like I'm like I think honestly now going in the Worlds, like I'm basically just going to like assume that like I'm not playing good players until I actually see a good name, or I like, you know what I mean? Like obviously I then see it in the game. You know, I just think that's kind of how you have to play.
For sure.
Dude, Joe,
I definitely feel like
go ahead.
I feel like I got too cute at the last couple of World Championships as well, where I was making. I also brought the crowd onto the last World Championship, and like, and then yeah, like I think so too. I think that there's something to be said about playing consistently because it's a good Pokemon, and you're gonna play Pokemon no matter what. And like especially Joe, for someone like you, where you really are one of the best players in the world, you don't have to take big swings and try to get find 60-40 matchups
fun, though, man.
Beat a lot of the
so
players.
Fun, though.
But it is fun. It is fun. Nothing feels better. Nothing feels better than smashing a tournament because you have the meta call. And that was not going to happen last format or last Worlds where it was later in the format, but early format, first tournament of the format. I know we're actually going to be like 2.5 months into the format. But early format feels like the time where you can smash a tournament with a meta call, and so it is really tempting to make an outrageous meta call.
I'll never forget Wo-Chen in 2023. That was the most fun I had playing in World Championships. Wo-Chen Thunderous at the World and Big Worlds 2023. Oh my god. Oh man, I was beating some players and they were so mad that they were losing to like Thunderous Wo-Chen, and I'm like, dude, this is amazing. I'm like, I wish I could do this every time. And then the team was terrible after, but it was good for Worlds, you know. So like that's just kind of how it is, you know.
What regulation was that? I think that was before I started playing.
It was D. It was regulation D, bro. It was one.
Wow.
It was a new format for Worlds, the first time it had ever been done, and like basically Wo-Chen was added literally like 2 days before the tournament, because I was like, I can't beat Cresselia Ursaluna, and like Tailwind Urshifu is like running over me. So I'm like, dude, Rocky Helmet Thunderous with Wo-Chen just seems like that would destroy that. And then I was like, Landorus and Wo-Chien destroy Ursa Luna Crest. And I play some games on ladder. I'm like, dude, this is the tech. And then immediately I play versus I play versus Eric Rios using Tailwind, Ursa Luna, Urshifu like Torn, and Thunderous and Wo-Chien just destroys the entire team. He's like, bro, I think he said something like, are you trolling by bringing like Wo-Chien? I'm like, no, bro, this thing's like actually good. But like, yeah, it was bad after, but it was good in that one tournament. Basically.
Hey, it's medical. It's medical.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Joe, you're saying that day one you're going to fight against like weaker players. It just had me thinking about Marco Fierro's Nats run this year when he played like what was it, Emilio into Suica into Victor Medina at Nats.
Yeah.
That was so funny, dude. Just like the most brutal first 3 rounds. And it's even better that like he lost to Emilio. So like he was 0-1 and 1-1 when he pulls Suica and Victor Medina. Like that's just so unlucky. Like it would be one thing if you had those as your first 3 opponents starting out 1-0, 2-0, and whatever, but it's insane. So
in a way, though, it is nice. It means that you can't play him rest of the tournament.
Yeah, you got a point there. I realize that we've talked about a lot of the different results a bit too much that we probably won't get around to. Our backup plan was to rank all the megas, but I think that will take too long because
next week.
And inevitably, when we don't have anything to talk about next week, I will save that for next time.
Quick question: can we just put one mon on that list? Just one mon.
Yeah, what's that?
Scrafty and S tier, bro. Scrafty and S tier. I actually listen. Hear me out. Okay.
Where is it?
I think Mega Scrafty, after playing it, is low key kind of sauce, and I think people are sleeping on it. Specifically, the Scrafty Ceruledge, like Scrafty Ceruledge. Okay, this is what I played. I played Scrafty Ceruledge, Alolan Ninetales, and Archaludon, and I was running Auroraville, Alolan Ninetales with Rain Dance. So in best of 1, bro, Scrafty is the GOAT, bro. Because he just low-key fries them. He's beating up King Gambits, bro. He's clicking big fake outs as you get up Auroraville. Then Arch comes in. Oh, well, they're -2 and Auroraville's up. What are they going to do to you? And you just click Rain Dance and Eshant, and they lose the game. It's actually incredible. It was awesome.
Yeah, I actually heard that Worlds is going to be CTS best of 1 now.
Oh,
Scrafty's probably kind of crazy.
The Terra Root Challenge, man. It's best of 1 until top 16.
Listen, I actually genuinely like if I don't like I probably would actually bring Scrafty to just one tournament because I think it's just a hilarious Pokemon. Like, and at this point, like the VR stuff, I'm already qualified for their like invitational thing, and then like obviously, you know what I mean. We got time before Worlds. We could like have one fun Scrafty tournament in there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
No, I actually, it was the Pokemon that I climbed out of Pokeball tier into Master Ball with, and like it was surprising because it's like
whoa. That's some big.
Well, no, I just won like 18 games or whatever to get out of
it.
But that was the guy.
VGC about it, talking about how you got to Master Ball ring.
I mean, I did post on Twitter saying like I got to Master Ball with Scrafty, and then it got like 500 likes because people were like Vileplume and Scrafty, whoa! But it was all right. It was actually pretty decently impressive. I was more impressed, or I was also impressed by Vileplume. Yeah, people in the chat are like, dude, Alex got on a Pokeball tier. That's huge. Oh my god, leave me alone.
We made it out of Pokeball tier, guys. We made it out of Pokeball.
Yeah, some of the other megas, you know, even though we're not doing a full tier list, I feel like some of the ones to like talk about besides Sceptile here at the very bottom, which I thought was really funny. Sceptile had
Dude,
like 15
so
usages, 24 win rate. That's bad. Joe, what are your thoughts on Metagross? I feel like you used Meta in the past, probably, right? I think you did.
I think okay, so like here's my thoughts, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me think. How do I word this? All right. I love Metagross for what it provided to me back in the day, but this guy, he's struggling right now, okay? We got some serious competition, bro. We got King Gambit throwing out major sucker punches everywhere. You know what I'm saying? SD Gambits everywhere. We got fake out Incin everywhere. Like this guy, and also Basque Legion is everywhere, bro. Like it's not the same as like, you know, 2018, 2019, where this guy was like, I only got to worry about like Yveltal and I could like play around the Incin. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, this guy has like serious threats actually messing him up now. That being said, though, I don't think he's bad. Like, it's impossible for Metagross to be like bad. But like, it's definitely not as good. And also, we're in a Charizard meta. Like this is big 2026. Like Charizard's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I mean, Charizard was good in 2018, I think, if I remember correctly. But the main issue, I guess, now is that like Charizard is just straight up like on all the best teams with Basculegion, with King Gambit, and a ton of other stuff that's like bad for it. You know.
Yeah, I have not been enjoying the Pokemon much, even though it like was one that we were hyping up so much for coming back, and it just looks like it has so many positive traits. I'm not buying this Pokemon right now, and I mean this win rate really does just line up with what I'm feeling about the Pokemon, I guess.
What was the win rate? 44. That's kind of
Yeah,
sad.
it's pretty below average. Yeah, for a Pokemon, because like I'm just looking at the
What's
ones
the
that
highest
like are
pricing one?
hitting triple digits.
The highest pricing
there's probably
one
a
was
decent
9-3, and I think that they have the right approach to how you have to play it, which is with coaching Sneasler. I think that's really the only way to justify it in my head is if you get to give the +1 defense so it can maybe fight off those King Gambits and those Basket Legions a little better. Without the +1, I just think it's so hard to justify as well.
Yo, Rishi, are you friends with this guy, bro? He got the lax as well.
No, I'm not. He's got the lax, bro. He's trying to steal my
He's
flow,
got
I
lax.
think.
Dude, what are we doing
Yeah,
with high
bro.
horsepower? That move does not do 100% damage to Sinistcha. It does not one-shot our Chaladon. Come on, man.
Yep.
Just put the Fissure on the team.
No, it's so you can put the instant and citrus range when it's at like 6.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can do like
Huge.
30% to King Gambit.
This guy's real, by the way. This guy playing the team was real. He had Meteor Mash. That's actually, honestly, I respect you. I respect you,
As a fellow sleep powder clicker.
Listen, bro, Meteor Mash is raw. This move is raw. It's stronger. It gives you an attack boost if you're like good at the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's tough, bro.
Not
That's
bad,
tough.
not bad.
Yeah.
You're so
yeah.
right. You're so right. It's like power.
You know, you could
punch
miss.
if you look at it closely.
Yeah.
You could miss, but you could get the attack boost, and it happens just as frequently, right? So, you know, I
Exactly.
see it. I get it.
Yeah, but like you're always getting the attack boost and never missing if you're good at the game, though. So
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh,
we
not
should
Beedrill, bro.
mention,
Oh, hell no.
Beedrill.
Bro, dude, people saying Beedrill's the next tech, bro. Bro, this thing dies to like a breath of fresh air, bro. It like literally the tickle monster could touch it and it would just like pass away. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No,
I
I think Victor came out and said it
was.
was a for fun pick. Sorry. I think, yeah, Victor was
No, you're
saying
good.
just running it
Yeah.
for the sake of running it in a charity tournament.
That
Sorry,
makes
go
sense.
ahead,
That
Rishi.
makes sense.
Okay. No, I was gonna say like there was one round where he was on stream and he led Beedrill and just lost turn 1. Like it was so funny.
Beedrill, no!
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie,
you know,
Audie?
Beedrill, man.
if you're gonna use it, it's like the anti-Floette pick, but he also did lose to a Floette as well in round 2. So I don't know. I think he played a bunch of matches where he didn't have to bring it, and then didn't bring it.
Probably. That's probably how it went. Let me see.
Have you
some of
guys
the
ever
other
thought
high-
about like if you went back in time and had to explain like current Pokemon to someone in like 2018, how like you would just blow their mind? You know what I mean? Like you'd be like, yeah, there's actually this Floette now actually has a Mega and it gets Fairy Aura when you Mega Evolve it, and it's legal in the format, but no other legendaries are. Or you're
and
just
it
like,
has a higher special
yeah,
attack than Xerneas.
yeah, you're like, there's actually this Pokemon that has a 400 base power, like signature move, and they haven't really done anything to it for the past like game and a half, but you know, it's still really good. Like, bro, could you like I couldn't even like, or tell a 2017 player that actually, tell a 2017 player that like
Oh, dude, I'm the
Basculegion exists and their
2017
brain
player.
is just gonna explode. Like, how does that
My brain
even
is
like,
exploding.
exist? You know what I mean? Like they're in the land of like Arcanine P2, and meanwhile, like we're out here, big 2026, clicking last respects and KOing stuff in full, you know.
And Light
Please
of
take me
Ruin,
back.
like
Please take me back.
Okay, Light of Ruin.
I know. I
could
really
not click
think
Light
Gen
of
8
Ruin.
was the turning point, right? Where Dynamax was shipping power creep, and it enabled them to make Pokemon that were so much stronger that could combat Dynamax Pokemon, right? Like Regieleki and Regidrago just had such power ceilings. Urshifu was only ever balanced because of Dynamax and the fact that you could max guard and that you could just eat those attacks pretty freely, and it wasn't very good when you Dynamax it itself. And you know, even like Rillaboom, right? Rillaboom was only really fair. I think Incineroar is only really fair when you can get three turns where you're immune to Fake Out. And so, yeah, I think that Gen 8 was the turning point, and then they've been kind of dealing with the repercussions of that huge amount of power creep ever since then. They just had to keep printing better and better Pokemon to combat that.
Yeah, I kind of like it though. I kind of like it when everything's broken, but they need to make like more things broken. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
agree.
I think,
Yeah.
I agree with
I think
this.
they need to buff some like bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got some really like sad Pokemon, like Garbodor, bro. Like, what is this guy doing? He's just been there forever, and he
You
can't
can
do
give
anything.
like 300 BST to like many different Pokemon. Like
They've taken away
crazy.
BST from Pokemon. Why can't they add it? Why can't they add it?
Yeah, that's exactly.
They do add it. They add like 5 or 10 BST here and there every so often.
Oh man.
But I agree. I love that they gave all these like shit Pokemon new megas. I thought it was a chance to like get them to be viable. Obviously, we see like Pyroar, for example, semi-viable. Staraptor, semi-viable. Not the best Pokemon in the game, but certainly, they gave him some really, really strong abilities. And Alex and I were both, yelling from the hilltop, like, hey, give these Pokemon super broken abilities. Like really, really like the amount of good that you have to make these new Pokemon for them to be even competitive with Pokemon like Charizard and Floette is ridiculous. So make them really, really good. Give Mega Chimecho like give it your allies immunity to sound moves, and also give it like Parry Song or something stupid like that,
And levitate.
right? Like
and levitate.
yeah, and levitate.
And
like
levitate.
make them stupid good. You need to make them stupid good in order for them to be even semi-viable. And they really didn't. They really, I think, shit the bed with a lot of these new megas where
There
they
was,
just are not powerful enough to compete.
Oh, what was it? Oh, dude, I thought Mega Chandelure would have been really cool just because of like the lore of Chandelure and how like takes souls and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like if it got Soul Heart on Mega, that would be sick.
Oh,
I
chill,
thought that'd be
chill.
awesome. That would
As
be
far as
sick.
I've heard,
Explosion
Joe.
immunity. Oh my god. Yes,
Joe,
do it though.
No, as far as I've heard, Joe, we're not allowed to have Soul Heart ever. That all the doubles OU players tell me that is like you're summoning Satan. Like that is just the most evil thing.
Yeah, I think like what? Hold on, like what are some other broken? Oh, dude, the one I pointed in, what was actually well, to be honest, I guess a couple of them were disappointing to me. But bro, I thought like Mega Victory Bell would get like something better, bro. Like I don't know, like its stats weren't great, but I was like, come on, like at least give it like something, you know? Like maybe we'll give it
Yeah.
like I don't know. Its poison and grass moves are double in base power no matter when it attacks, or it has super chlorophyll, you know. But I guess that's what Meganium got. But like I don't know, yeah, whatever.
I would like or something like even unique, like your poison moves are like super effective against steel types or something. Like that would be cool at least. But no, it just got innards out. Like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
No,
let's
innards
go
out
down
is
to-
fine. It's actually the Zard Floette counter. We were talking about this before because you beat the Floette with your poison moves, and if the Charizard one shots you, at least it one shotted itself.
wait, do you even beat the Floette with your poison moves? I feel like if Floette gets a calm mind up, it might beat you.
Oh, you're running physical. You're running physical. You're running physical.
Oh wait, my bad.
It's a mixed attacker, of course. We actually could
How
look at
stupid of me.
let's look at a calc for that. So let's move on to some calcas right here to wrap up the episode since we're getting off topic. I feel like that's the perfect way to branch into it is some of these really dumb situations like Mega Chimecho and stuff. So let's actually look at it on I don't know Brady's bold Floette spread. I don't imagine that it's public. So I'm just gonna make one up really quick.
Knowing Brady, bro, just make it 32 HP, 32 defense.
You want to do 32-32? Let's go for the worst
Yeah,
case.
yeah.
For why not? So I don't actually think Victory Bell gets Gunk Shot. I think it only gets Poison Jab. Let me see.
I'm
Slash
pretty
learn.
sure
I couldn't
it
tell you.
does not get
I couldn't
gunshot.
tell you.
No.
My bones tell me that it does not get gunshot.
It says Victory Bell not found. I don't know how to spell it.
It's like
Let's see.
VICTER.
All right, here we
Could
go.
also just be lying.
MB. Yeah, I gotta make sure it's for the right format because I forgot that also doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't get Gunk Shot. It gets Poison Jab though. All right, how much is Poison Jab from Mega Victory Bell? Max attack Adamant doing to this Floette. You don't get to know Victory
What?
Bell's stats. You have to know them off the dome.
Oh, 70%. 70%.
I'm gonna say 65 to 75.
All right.
Oh man. Oh, we're already there. Okay. I think it's maybe. I believe in Victory Ball. Max attack. Let's get 75.
75. Well, no, somebody else didn't. Rishi, you said 75.
Well, I said 65 to 75, so I'll say 65. I'll say 65.
Okay, yeah. You got to pick one number. You got to pick one number.
I'm
All
saying
right.
70. I'm saying 70.
All right.
I believe in it.
Victory Bell. We got to change it to the Mega. It's only 125 attack. Oh no! I thought it was better.
I thought it was better also.
I was imagining like Electros and Scovillain, like they have like some pretty decent stats. Oh no,
Wait.
dude!
Oh, it was right in the middle. I was right in the middle.
There we go.
We all
So
got it.
actually, wait.
We all got it.
All three of you guys
Yeah.
got it. 65 on the low
All
end,
three of
75 on
us
the
got
high end,
it.
70 in the middle. Yeah, so everybody gets that
I just want to
one.
say my guess of 65 to 75.
I mean, yes, that was also pretty good too. Yeah. Just the way that we normally do it is we pick one number. So if you are in a range, just pick the dead center as well. That said, anybody else have one ready to go? Joe, do you have a calc that you want to present us with? Anything funny?
I got a great one for you. Okay.
Okay,
So
what's that?
it's Mega Pyroar,
Yes.
Modest. Okay.
Yeah.
In Sun.
Mhm.
Okay. Helping Handed against Mega Beedrill at -6.
No.
So I'll repeat it. I'll repeat it
way.
because it's very specific. Okay. Max Modest, Mega Pyroar, Helping Hand, in Sun against a -6.
You still haven't said the
No
move.
wolf
Is it
feedback.
Ember? Like what? Which one is it?
Oh, here. Yeah, you know what? We can do Ember. How about that? We'll do Ember.
Wait, I actually think Ember's not in the game. So you can pick
Okay, we'll
something
do
else.
Overheat.
not in the
We'll just do
game.
Overheat. We'll just
It's
do
not in the
Overheat.
game.
All right, Overheat.
Are we supposed to give like the magnitude for this one? Instead
No,
of, like...
yeah, that is also a funny way is to say how many Beedrills it kills. But
Yeah,
This one hits the
how many
overkill.
I'm gonna say 11,000%.
11. Yeah, this is actually
No.
pretty stupid. I'm gonna go for
What's the attacking move again?
Overheat.
Overheat.
The strong one.
In Sun.
Oh my god.
In Sun Modest.
Is it single target or double target?
11,000. I mean,
Overheat is-
That
Wait.
was a joke. That was a joke.
Okay, I was
I'll
about to
say-
like,
okay. You know what? I'll say it's gonna be a little lower. I'm gonna say. Actually, you know what? 11,000 is 11 Beedrills. Damn.
dude, it might be.
I might actually go. I might go higher.
11,000 wouldn't be 11 Beedrills. 11,000.
I'm going for 20.
Oh yeah, it's
Oh.
100
No.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
so good.
That's what
That's so good.
No, I was gonna say. Okay. I will say 12,000. Sorry, 12,000. That's 12 Beedrills, right? Yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
120.
I wanted to go for 20.
Sorry, whatever 12
20
whatever 12 Beedrills is. I think it
Alright.
KOs. No, to KO win 12 times. It probably does.
Son
Say I'm gonna
offensive.
say 15 Beedrills. How about that? 15 Beedrills.
All right, Joe, you're gonna have to remind me as I'm
1,500.
putting this one in. I said I'm going for 20.
Yeah, it's in Sun.
In
It's
20.
in Sun Helping Handed.
Wait,
Sun
dude.
Helping Handed and -6 Beedrill.
Oh, Mega Beedrill doesn't get any special
No,
evolve.
Mega. It is Mega. Yeah,
I was curious. Okay, -6. I guess you didn't say that it was minus nature, so Beedrill, you can have your serious nature.
yes.
Helping Hand, in Sun.
Holy.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I think none of us were there. Is that it actually though?
No, that's 30
Yes.
Beedrills.
Yeah, 30 Beedrills.
Oh, man.
Jesus Christ.
27 to
You're wiping out a whole
32
Beedrill colony
Beedrills.
with that one, bro.
Oh
That's
my
crazy.
god,
Whole hive.
dude.
Whole hive. Yeah, whole hive of Beedrills.
Oh,
No,
I was done.
dude. Is the Pyro +6?
Look at like
No, no, I think it
how
was.
large in difference the rolls are. Also, like it's like the
It gets
lowest
really
roll is
close. Yeah, a
39.
couple 100%.
It's 39.
Wait. Out of curiosity, what if you make it naive and you make the Pyroar +6? Just out of curiosity, how many?
Let's
Beedrills
see.
we're
Let's
talking?
see. How much worse can it get? +6.
I mean, that's times.
Yo, wait,
4,
that's
right?
that's my guess.
Uh,
Look at the damage.
No,
17,000 HP points.
haven't hit the
Dude,
overflow
I think that would
yet.
just break the game.
It's kind of funny that there's
would
just
break the
it-
game.
They're like these numbers are so far apart, but there's only 16 numbers the rolls can be. Like that's just how the
Yeah.
modifiers
Yeah.
work. Like, anyways,
All right.
Rishi, did you have one
I got
or
one.
Adi? Adi, go ahead.
Yeah. So we got to talk about the single worst mega, apparently, which is a Mega Sceptile. Empirically, the worst mega.
Yeah.
And so, of course, this guy gets grass coverage, only okay. Dragon coverage, only okay. Earth power, Now that's the move you want to click. So let's go max special attack, timid, mega septile, click it, earth power into 2 HP, no speed def, mega metagross. How much are we doing?
Oh, okay.
dude,
Look at
like
that.
Two
Hmm.
Pokemon we both hate. We
6%.
both think suck.
Wait, what was the stats on the Metagross?
Basically
2
none.
HP,
2 HP.
just no bulk.
2 HP, just 2 HP. Okay.
Yeah. All right, I'm ready. I'm gonna go for 60%. Wait, you said 55, right, Joe? I'm gonna go for 60.
I'm gonna go up. I was thinking about it more because I know Metagross. Yeah.
I want 60.
I
Well,
think I'm gonna.
is a special attack even that good?
You better kill
think I'm
because it's
gonna
ice
go-
punching you back.
I'm going 50,
Well,
Boki.
Dude,
I'm going 50.
Okay, I don't think it would kill even with a crit. So because I don't think it would kill even with a crit, I'm gonna say 65.
I'm gonna go 50.
Alright.
All right, I'll start holding
50's crazy. Okay.
I gotta say, so in the
Yeah,
early days of this ladder, I was having a really funny time playing Swampert into Sceptile and just freaking myself out every time because I was worried. Wait, that's helping hands. Okay.
Yeah, I was like,
wait, this is
I
doing
was looking at
fine.
it, I was like, what? Oh my
Wow,
god,
that's
wow, actually
impressive.
cool.
It would kill with crit.
So I get scared every time that you have Swampert across from Sceptile because, like, you can Ice Punch that Mega Sceptile for 100, but if they don't Mega, I don't think the Swampert one-shots with Ice Punch anymore, and they very much still one-shot you back with, like, whatever Grass move that they go for. So it just, like, it would be so funny if Sceptile chose not to Mega on purpose. Oh, no, it's still very much dead. Sceptile, no! Sceptile, no! That's pathetic, dude. That's pathetic. I was worried for nothing.
A Sceptile ladder, and I was like, wow. I was like, someone's using Mega Sceptile, cool. And then they just click Shed Tail with it, and Citrus Berry activates. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes more sense. Like I was like,
That's the way to do it.
like, yeah.
That's the good set.
I love that. All right, Rishi, you got a calc to finish us off here?
I do not.
Just take a second to think of one real quick.
Something
Anything
random.
funny?
Take a second. Okay. You know what? I had this pop up actually.
Sure.
This is more of an applicable one. No special attack timid Shadow Ball from Mega Gengar.
Yeah.
Into a Metagross with 2 HP.
The same guy? Okay.
Yeah. I had this pop up. I'm not
No,
gonna
real
give a guess for
20,
this.
real 2018 guys know this. Real 2018 guys know the answer to this one.
Pretty true though.
I didn't,
Well,
I
I
didn't
know
really
what-
play that much in 2018 though. So
I know it's power guys.
He's not a real one.
All right, I'm ready. I'm gonna go for 80%.
I'm gonna say 85.
I'm gonna say 95. I think it's a roll.
All right, we're just all picking 5 apart. Gengar, bulkier Perish. Don't even get that one Gengar. Take that away.
Get out of here.
And then Metagross, the Calc default, right? So
Oh, wow.
It's a roll to kill.
Wow.
who said 85? You're not in here. You don't get to be a part of us. Who was it?
Oh man, dang it.
It's 85.3. I'm sorry, but that's just how it works.
Dang, We
If it
can't,
was
like,
1
round down,
HP.
Like, Pokemon does.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
wait. Oh, no. If it was 3 HP, it'd have to be bulkier, right? I'm going the wrong way. If it was 1 HP, 1 Spadef. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. 1. No.
Nope.
All right. Anyways. All right, that's going to be it for this week on Tub Takes. Thank you guys for joining us, both of you.
Yeah.
Yep, was good. Was fun.
Appreciate it. And yeah, sorry that we didn't have the most focus. I feel like it was probably one of our least focused episodes, but we were just talking about random circuit and metagame stuff. So that's really all that it's supposed to be about anyways, right? So yeah, you can find both of these guys on Twitter here on the page as well. So you can check out their streams and YouTube as well. Linked over on their Twitters, surely. And with that said, if you were here now but you didn't catch the beginning, you can find us on YouTube over at CK49 on YouTube. Exclamation point YT in the chat. I got it. Already got it. Thank you. And yeah, other than that, I guess we'll figure out who we're gonna throw this raid over to if anybody's live right now. We'll go take a look. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it for us. So
Turn
yeah,
it over to Stable VGC. who is also
Alright.
playing some ladder with Sableye apparently. Sableye Mawile.
Oh, nice.
I'm sorry to hear
Sableye
that for him. I
VGC
hope he
using
gets well
Sableye.
soon.
Yeah,
All right.
I hope he gets
Y'all have
well
a good night.
soon.
Catch you guys later, peeps.